Hey, YouTubers, something important. So I'm at the garage again. Oh, not the garage. Why I say the garage? I'm on the deck at my parents' house. Now, you might say so, Smoking Essie. This looks familiar. You probably have seen this place if you watch my videos for a very long time. This is where the Big Ass Cigar videos used to take place. Oh, yeah. So you might say to yourself, Smoking Essie, what the hell are you doing on the deck? You know, is this the rebirth for the Big Ass Cigar videos? And no, it's not. So the reason why, oh, by the way, Big Ass Cigar. Anyway, so the house of keeping, smoking this Romeo Julieta cigar, nice big ass cigar, as in the big ass cigar for life, and drinking some seltzer water, no alcohol. So anyway, yeah, you might say so, Smoking Essie. Like, why the hell are you on the deck? You know, don't you usually, you know, smoke in the garage? And the reason why I'm on the deck is because we're having problems in my parents' house with mice. So mice, we're having a little bit of problems with mice, and the garage is kind of not really barricaded off, but it's really not accessible right now. So that's the reason why I'm smoking on the deck, is because my parents are having problems with mice. So, no, my parents' house is not dirty. It's not filthy and dirty. It doesn't have cockroaches. It doesn't have, you know, bed bugs. It just has some problems with mice. Every house has some problems with mice. So, mice are very common. Yeah, mice are a lot more damn common than you would think. I mean, people like to ignore the fact that, oh, you know, no place, you know, all the clean restaurants are clean. Well, guess what, dude? It's like most restaurants have bug problems, and most restaurants, actually, every restaurant, excuse me, every restaurant has bug problems. Every restaurant has rodent problems. Every grocery store has rodent problems. It's just a fact of life. So do not think, oh, ew, your house is so dirty, has mice, you know. Every house has problems with mice. Every damn house, I mean, every fucking house has problems with mice. So it's not just my house. A mouse in a house. So, yeah. So, yeah, just checking in. I'm smoking a big ass cigar, and yeah, so I'm home till Sunday. Yeah, I'm home till Sunday because this is going to be the third week I've been home till Sunday. You might say, so Smoking Essie, like, why the hell are you like, why the hell are you at your parents' house on a Wednesday? Don't you usually come home on a Friday? And the reason why I'm at my parents' house is because, like I said, again, my dad had knee surgery. He had a total knee replacement about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, yeah, 2 weeks ago, whatever. And so I'm just helping out, have some extra hands around the house. You have some extra hands around the house and helping out with my dad. So not bathing him or anything like that. So yeah. Yeah, and I apologize for the noise in the background, just some birds chirping. So anyway, so yeah, this is the third week I've been home on a Wednesday, helping out around the house with my dad. So he had, like I said, the knee replacement surgery, which is a pretty major surgery, and yeah, it's like, you know, I'm not, you know, bathing him or anything. It's like, you know, but I am, you know, helping him around the house because, you know, it's hard for him to walk. It's like, you know, it hurts, you know, hurts like a bitch. It's like, you know, when you have your knee replaced, it's like, you know, it's a painful surgery. So, you know, he's on medication right now, and, you know, he needs extra hands around the house. But this is going to be the last week I'm going to be doing this, because next week I have an appointment, and I can't come home on you know, Wednesday. So I have appointments going on. So actually the following weeks I have a lot of shit going on. So I have a lot of shit going on, and I can't come home, you know, the following week. So this is the last week I'm going to be doing this. Also kind of messed up my schedule because there's a lot of stuff I have to do on my own time. You know, and also, you know, getting back into the routine of things. So it is, just part of life. So part of life is getting older and, being independent. So yeah, it's part of life. So anyway, so yeah, definitely helping around the house for the last week. And then next week I see my doctor, nice big ass doctor, like the big ass cigar. The week after that, I have to, actually the week after that's my birthday, so that week's my birthday. And then the week after that, I have a couple appointments. I have to see, let's see, I have to go to the DMV or RMV to get a new ID card. I have to see my therapist, because I see a therapist, and no, I'm not crazy. It's like, yeah, see my therapist in the middle of the month. So I have a lot of shit going on. It's like, and that's kind of why it's like, I can't come home like every week, Wednesday to Sunday. It's like, at a certain point, it is what it is. It's like, I'm fine with helping out for a couple weeks, but I'm not going to come home every single week. And for people who are nosy, nosy ass, like the big ass cigar, no, I'm not like, whatever. It's like, I'm just helping around the house. I'm not being being like a personal, like whatever, or like a nurse or anything like that. So I'm just helping around the house. So I'm just, helping with a few things around the house, making sure, things are set. So it's, like I said, it's nice to have an extra pair of hands around the house because, after major surgery, you need a couple extra pairs of hands. I mean, and my parents would do the same thing in return if I ever had to have some of my, potential future surgeries. There are, potential surgeries I might have to have eventually in the future, which I'm not planning to. And please no comments like, oh, Smokey Yessie, you're dying, you probably have cancer, you're dying, whatever. It's like, nothing like that. But there are a couple things I have wrong with me that are, it's like, that might need to be addressed at some point. I have arthritis in my left foot, pretty bad arthritis in my left foot, and that eventually might have to be addressed. Right now, I can't get the surgery right now because I'm a smoker, and essentially you have to swear you're a non-smoker for 4 months before you can get the foot surgery. So I have no interest in giving up the big-ass cigars or big-ass pipes. So yeah, that's not going to happen anytime soon. And then there's another surgery, which is abdominal surgery, intestinal surgery for the ostomy, involving the my colostomy. So it's not involving the colostomy. It's involving removing my ass, essentially. So yeah, removing my asshole. So yeah, that's what the surgery. It's called protectomy. So the whole point is, and I don't anticipate those things happening anytime soon, if ever. I mean, honestly, if ever. I mean, my dad's surgery thing about it was inevitable. It's like, he had to do it. It's like, he absolutely had to do it. With the arthritis in my foot, and also the intestinal issues, it's not something that's essential. It's just something that would make life easier if I had it done. Like, I don't have to have surgery on my foot. I can't even have the surgery right now because I'm a smoker. And you might say, so Smokey Yessie, but you don't smoke cigarettes. You don't smoke cigarettes, then why the hell can't you have the surgery? It's just you can't be using any tobacco products and have the surgery. So, and nor would I. It's basically called fusion surgery. I think it's spelled Fusion, fusion surgery. And basically, it's to fix your flat foot. So I have flat feet, nice big-ass feet like the big-ass cigar. And basically, because I have big flat feet, I essentially develop a small amount of arthritis and swelling. And yeah, I mean, the only way to correct it would be to go in to do the fusion surgery. And it's a bloody nightmare. It's like, it's a bloody fucking nightmare. The recovery is terrible. It's like, the surgeon told me for a period of, I think it's 6 to 8 weeks. I'm not going to mention the name because obviously that's doxing, whatever, you know. Or not doxing, but giving out personal information. But, yeah, the surgeon said, whew, it's chilly. Kind of chilly on the deck. I'm wearing shorts. Yeah, the surgeon said I think it's 6 to 8 weeks you can't walk on the foot at all. So yeah, 6 to 8 weeks you can't walk on the foot at all, and you have to be essentially immobile for 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, that would suck. I mean, for a better word, that would fucking suck. It's like, you know, yeah, I have no interest in doing that. That would mean 6 to 8 weeks of no pushing carriages, no work. It's like, you know, that would suck. It's like, you know, like no way in hell. It's like, you know, and believe me, the surgeon's a good person. It's like, she's a good person, you know. She's not one of those, you know, like, you know, doctors is just after your money, whatever. It's like, you know, but it's like, she's a good person. But like I told her, it's like, you know, no, it's like, you know, it's like, even if I could get the surgery, even if I could sign myself up tomorrow, it's like, you know, no way in hell. It's like, you know, I didn't say hell, obviously. I didn't say, you know, hell in front of her, but it's like, no way in hell, because I don't want to be on crutches for 6 to 8 weeks. It's like, that would suck. It's like, you know, and she's like, well, it's kind of like, you know, kind of like planning for your future, whatever. It's like, you know, no, it's like, you know, no way. It's like, you know, I'm not going to be doing that. It's like, you know, I mean, because I would be out of work for 6 to 8 weeks. I'd have to move back to my parents' house for 6 to 8 weeks. And also, I would have to quit smoking. It's like, you know, I'd have to completely give up smoking, at least for 6 months to a year. It's like, you know, no, it's like... yeah, I have no interest in doing that crap at all. I mean, the thing is, my foot might be kind of sore after work. It's like, you know, not whore, but sore. It's like, you know, and yeah, it's like, you know, it's not pleasant for my foot to be a little bit on the sore side. You know, I just take, you know, two extra strength Tylenols. It's like, you know, over the counter Tylenols. It's like, you know, yeah, that's about it. It's like, you know, I don't even need ice. It's like, you know, I don't even need to put ice on the foot. It's like, you know, yeah, it's like, I have no interest in doing the surgery, at least not right now. I mean, maybe someday, you know, the foot will be at a point where it's really, 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 really bad, and I'll have a change of heart. Excuse me. But I mean, yeah, no way in hell. It's like, you know, I don't want to be on crutches for 6 to 8 weeks. I don't want to have to move out of my apartment for 6 to 8 weeks and be at my parents' house for 6 to 8 weeks. I get bored. It's like, you know, it's like, yeah, that would suck. It's like, you know, I have no interest in doing that surgery, nor do I have any interest in doing the surgery for my, you know, abdominal surgery, you know, to essentially take out my asshole. It's like, you know, the surgery to remove my ass, like the big ass cigar, you know, it's like, yeah, no interest. It's like, you know, that's another 6 to 8 weeks out of work, 6 to 10 weeks out of work, and, you know, essentially grueling pain, having a catheter shoved in your dick. It's like, you know, yeah, no interest in that at all. It's like, you know, yeah, I mean, I might, you know, have some issues with my ass. It's like the big ass cigar. But yeah, it's like, you know, if you're wondering what these issues are pertaining to, it's because I have a colostomy bag, ever since 2013. For my newer subscribers, I have a colostomy bag since 2013 due to fecal incontinence. And yeah, so essentially the next step would be to take out my ass. It's like, you know, and yeah, it's like, you know, I have no interest in having my ass taken out. It's like, you know, I mean, yeah, I mean, it may maybe not be super pleasant, you know. I mean, yeah, there are times when I have some issues with controlling certain things. I'm not going to get too much into it because I don't want this video to get demonetized. Just like, you know, but yeah, it's like, you know, I'm not interested in having my ass taken out and essentially, you know, being out of work for 6 to 12 weeks. It's like, you know, and being in grueling pain and having a catheter shoved in my dick. It's like, you know, no way in hell. It's like, I mean, and, you know, the way to look at it is eventually I may have to do these things at some point in my life. That's weird. Yeah. But at some point in my life, I might have to do these things. But not right now. It's like, you know, not right now. I have no interest in doing foot surgery or, you know, surgery to remove my asshole. It's like, you know, and, you know, my dad, it's like, you know, yeah, he had to do his, both his knees, and a couple of years ago he had to replace his shoulders because, or do what's called rotor surgery. You know, rotor surgery on his shoulders, you know, because, you know, he has bad osteoarthritis, or osteoarthritis, you know, and yeah, it's like, you know, that sucked. It's like, you know, but he had to do it because it was unusable. And maybe in 30 years, I'll feel differently. It's like, you know, maybe in 30 years, but that's 30 years down the road. I mean, 30 years is a hell of a long time. It's like, you know, 30 years is a damn long time. It's like, you know, I mean, I'm not even 31. I won't even be 31 for a couple more weeks. It's like, you know, and yeah, 31 is young. 31 is young. Now, it's like, yeah, 31 is young. And I'm not even thinking about what I'm going to be doing when I'm 60 or 65. It's like, you know, my parents are in their 60s. It's like, you know, yeah, I'm not even planning my life in my 60s right now. It's like, yeah, that's like, you know, no way in hell. It's like, you know, I mean, some people, believe it or not, will even plan. Oh, smoky. Will even plan like where they're being buried in their 30s. I think that's stupid. It's like, you know, why would you plan where you're being buried in your 30s? I mean, people nowadays live past their 30s. It's like, you know, it's kind of like, you know, thinking way outside the box. It's like, you know, you want to be thinking towards your future, but you do not want to be thinking about where you're going to be buried when you're 30 years old. It's like, you know, unless you're super, like, religious, whatever, that kind of crap. It's like, you know, and no, I'm not going to get into religion, that kind of bullshit. It's like, you know, so, yeah, it's like, you know, most people don't think about, you know, their 60s when they're in their 30s. Most people don't think about their 30s when they're in their teens. It's like, you know, most people don't think about their 50s when they're 5 years old. It's like, you know, you get what I'm saying. It's like, you get what I'm fucking saying. It's like, you know, so, I mean, yeah, so the majority of people, it's like, you know, focus on kind of day by day basis. It's like, you know, people kind of focus on day by day basis. It's like, you know, so yeah, I'm not thinking about, when I'm 65 years old, I might have terrible arthritis in my feet. I might not be able to even control myself with, you know, my, you know, going to the bathroom, whatever. It's like, you know, no, I'm not thinking about that. That's 35 years away. It's like, you know, I mean, yeah, eventually we're all going to get old. It's like, you know, eventually we're all going to die. It's like, you know, but most people, you know, who are my age think about, you know, day by day basis. You know, think about what they want to do on a day by day basis. I mean, here's a great example. I mean, 10 years ago, when I was 21, you know, or almost 21, when I was 20, almost 21, 10 years ago, I never thought in a million years I'd be living in my own apartment in Massachusetts. Be so damn cold here, damn hot here, damn. I never thought in a million years I'd be living in my own apartment. I never thought I'd, you know, be so independent. Because you don't think about it that way. You don't think about the shit that way. It's like, you know, you just don't think about that shit that way. It's like, you know, you think about it on a day-by-day basis. It's like, you know, 10 years ago when I was 21 or 20, it's like, you know, I was in college, you know, nice big-ass college, like the big-ass cigar. Ooh. Ooh. A little bit. Oh, cigars a little bit, whatever. So yeah, I mean, I was thinking about, you know, 10 years ago, where I was going to be, you know, whatever. It's like, you know, 10 years ago, I was just focusing on college. It's like, you know, I was, you know, doing college work, and I was just, you know, focusing on, you know, day-to-day activity. And that's how most people are. It's like, you know, most people, it's like, you know, I had somebody ask me a couple of years ago, like, hey, Evan, it's like, you know, are you planning your funeral, whatever? I'm like, what? It's like, you know, no, it's like, you know, I'm not planning my funeral at 29 years old. It's like, you know, that's stupid. It's like, you know, I'm not going to say who said it. It's like, you know, obviously that's their privacy. It's like, you know, but I'm not going to say, you know, I'm not going to plan my funeral at 29 years old. It's like, you know, who the hell does that? It's like, you know, unless, of course, you're super religious, whatever. It's like, you know, which I'm not going to get into that kind of bullshit. I don't talk about politics. I don't talk about religion. I don't talk about this crap. It's like, you know, yeah, it's like, you know, but yeah, most people you have to consider when they're 21 or 25 or 20s or 30s are not planning their funeral. It's like, you know, 30s is considered the prime of your life. It's like, you know, your 30s is when most people settle down and they have a family and they start to raise their kids. It's like, you know, I don't want kids myself. It's like, you know, I don't want kids, and I probably don't even really want to get married. It's like, you know, at least right now, it's like, you know, but yeah, I'm not going to be planning my funeral at 29 years old. It's like, you know, even at 31, it's like, you know, no way in hell. It's like, you know, no way in freaking hell. It's like, so, I mean, yeah, I mean, like I said before, we're all going to get older eventually. We're all eventually going to die. But I mean, that's a long time away. So, anyway, that's what I wanted to talk about. So that's why I've been helping out around the house for the last couple of weeks, is because my dad had surgery. And, you know, seeing him in a lot of pain, it's like, you know, that's part of the reason why I don't have any interest in doing my surgery. It's like, you know, because, yeah, it's like, you know, I don't want to be in that kind of pain. It's like, you know, no way in hell. It's like, you know, no way in hell. Holy hell. It's like, it's like, you know, seeing my dad in a lot of discomfort, you know, seeing my dad in a lot of, you know, discomfort and pain, it's sad. It's like, you know, that's part of the reason why, you know, yeah, I have no interest in, you know, doing a surgery. It's going to be excruciatingly painful, like my foot. Well, I'm not sure actually how painful the foot would be. I think it would be more of a tough recovery because essentially I'd be immobile for, I'm sure they would give me painkillers, whatever. It's like, you know, but I think it would be more annoying because I couldn't walk for 6 to 8 weeks. Yeah, that would suck. It's like, you know, in the abdominal surgery, that would be painful. That would be painful because I had the colostomy surgery back in 2013. If you watch my channel for a very long time, you remember I had that in 2013. That sucked. It's like, you know, I mean, it was the best thing I ever did in my life. I will never look back and say it was a wrong thing to do. And prior to doing that surgery, I was miserable. I mean, I was totally sucktacular. It's like, you know, prior to that surgery, things were sucking for me. It's like, you know, but it was the best thing I ever did. And I never will regret that surgery, even though how painful it was. I will never regret that surgery. It was the best thing I ever did. However, I will say that. I will say this, it was incredibly uncomfortable. So, you know, getting a catheter shoved in your wiener, it's like, you know, yeah, I mean, yeah, super painful. I mean, lots of uncomfortable stuff. It's like, you know, and yeah, it totally sucked. It's like, you know, but it was something that had to be done. It's like, you know, it had to be done because I was going to the bathroom 10, 15 times a day. It's like, you know, I mean, if it ever came to a point where I couldn't control things, or I couldn't control, you know, my foot, whatever, obviously I'd have to do it. It's like, you know, but I wouldn't like it. It's like, you know, I guess what I'm trying to say is, you know, until something becomes essential, until something becomes like, okay, you have to do this, I try to avoid it. It's like, you know, at least that's the way I live. Okay, cigars out. So, that's just my philosophy. So, people can disagree with me, whatever. But yeah, that's just my philosophy. Anyway, thanks for listening to me ramble. Pretty fucking cool. Bye.